This is the digital energy ring, and it has greatly helped me to pick the stocks that have made it into my 10 stock portfolio. Today I'm going to reveal the 10 small company stocks that I picked. So I knew that I wanted to make a small company stock portfolio. I just needed to decide on which stocks I was going to invest in. I started with this thing here. It's really funny because you'd think, well, how would this influence the way that I pick stocks? Well, it's a good question. I'm glad you asked. So I was looking at about 15 or 20 different companies over the past several weeks, and each one of them kind of interested me, but I just didn't know exactly which 10 I wanted to pick for this investing portfolio. And one of them caught my attention. The company is called Globant, and the ticker is GLOB because it's a profitable company, a software company that harnesses the power of AI to create these digital journeys. They have clients like Google and Disney, Electronic Arts, and Santander Bank. And what they have been able to do is just remarkable because they really were on the leading edge using AI to help companies to design these digital journeys to anticipate where their customers are going to go from the start to the end. So this idea of the ring and things that roll along in this journey inspired me to invest in Saia, which is the second small company stock. Now, Saia is a trucking company. Saia specializes in LTL, which is less than truckload. And that just means sending from one destination to another less than a full truck's worth of stuff. And there are a lot of companies, even big companies, who need to send stuff and don't have a whole truckload worth. So they're really good at logistics. They have truckers all over the country, and they have these stations that they've set up. It's kind of like a FedEx, but it's trucking. And Saia seems to be really, really efficient at what they do. This company's been around for a long time. They really know what they're doing. And one of the things that's really helped them this year is a company called Orange Trucking went bankrupt. And Orange had about 15% of the trucking industry's freight. And all of those customers were scrambling for another company or companies who could absorb all of this shipping capacity. And Saia was there, and they've integrated all these customers, and it's really helped this company to grow a lot. So Saia is the second company, and again, it's going with this digital energy ring that brought me from Globant over to Saia. The third company is Rivian. So many of you guys are probably already familiar with Rivian, but they make the Amazon delivery vans that are fully electric, and then they also have been coming out with electric pickup trucks and SUVs, and they're really just growing pretty quickly. They do have challenges, which is they have a finite amount of money, and they've been burning through it and not yet profitable. So this is a real exception to my investing rule, which is I only like investing in companies that are already profitable. Rivian is losing money, they're burning money, and it's kind of a race to see whether they can scale and become big and start becoming profitable before they burn through all their cash. So there is a chance that the money that I'm putting into my Rivian stock purchases is going to be lost. But there's also a chance that Rivian is actually able to be successful and become profitable. I'm hoping that the company becomes profitable within 2 or 3 years, and it's the only stock in this 10 stock portfolio that's not yet profitable. So I'm going along with this idea of things that roll, that things that just kind of move and flow and roll through. And that brought me to RBC, which is another small company stock. And this is it's the roller bearing company, RBC. And what they make is bearings, like ball bearings. And they make them for airplane engines. They make them for all kinds of industrial machinery, for farm machinery, like Deere tractors, like the Caterpillar earth movers. And they make them for cars. And they're just a really successful company. They've been around for a long time, and they have great leadership. So I thought, here's an opportunity to invest in a small company that's profitable with great leaders, and I think has a chance at beating the overall stock market in the next several years. So RBC rolling right along. Stock number 5 is Teledyne Technologies, TDY. And they provide technologies that help sense and transmit and analyze information for all kinds of different companies. Aerospace, defense, factory automation, air and water purification, anything that has to do with picking up a signal like radar or sonar, medical device manufacturer. So this is a company that's like used to be an industrial company, but they've transformed themselves into a tech company, and they're made up of like 100 different smaller companies, and this business has been around for more than 70 years. Brilliant founder, his name was Singleton. Great leadership, great technologies, it's profitable, and it's a small company. Teledyne makes my list. Stock number 6, Roper Technologies, ticker symbol ROP. They are a diversified technology company. Essentially, they own about 100 smaller companies. They're all involved in different technologies. And one of the things that is a specialty, a strong suit, is software technology platforms. They sell these to all of their clients on a recurring monthly basis. So they're actually, and they've got several software products. So just think about a company that provides high-tech software to many different companies, and they get paid on a monthly basis. Roper is a very profitable company. They're also a small company. And when I say small, they're worth billions of dollars, but they are not on one of those like huge like Google, Apple, Amazon, Meta, Microsoft. So what I like about this is because they're smaller, I feel they might have a better chance at growing more rapidly. Stock number 7, which is Medpace. And Medpace is a real interesting company, MEDP, driven by a full-service CRO model. And CRO stands for Clinical Research Organization. Basically, this company has all these systems in place so that biotech companies, these startup, small biotech companies, can run all of their clinical research trials on these platforms. They have to keep track of the drugs and how many people are involved in the clinical trial and what their results are. So they make this very easy for these biotech companies to run all their testing and keep track of all their data. Medpace seems like an excellent company, well run and profitable. Stock number 8 is Icon. ICLR is the ticker symbol for Icon. Their mission is to help clients accelerate the development of drugs and devices that save lives and improve the quality of life. So essentially, their clients are pharmaceutical, biotechnology, medical device companies. They're profitable. And the closer I looked at them, I could see this is a legitimate company, been around for a long time, and it made it into the portfolio. Stock number 9 is Trex. Trex is the world's largest manufacturer of composite decking materials and railing materials. If you've ever seen these decks that are made out of wood that's not really wood, that's probably Trex decking. There are some other companies that make it. Trex is the biggest. And this is wood alternative composite. The products are made of 95% recycled material. And Trex is really, I think, a pretty excellent solution to people who own a home and want to build a deck. Because if you use wood, then you have to periodically, restain it, and you have to treat it and make sure that it doesn't rot, especially if you live in a place that has a lot of rain. But this Trex decking is kind of impervious to rain and weather. And so the cost of the materials, of course, is higher than just buying wood, but the cost to install a Trex deck is roughly the same as the cost to install a wood deck. The estimate I got was for a 12 by 12 foot Trex deck, the material, that's 144 square feet, would be between $2,160 and $4,320. So that's probably a little more expensive than if you bought a cheap wood like pine. A 20 by 20 deck, which is 400 square feet, would cost between $6,000 and $12,000 for the material, and then you would pay to have it, assembled. You pay for the labor to have that deck built. Anyways, more expensive upfront cost, but potentially a much longer lasting deck. So that is stock number 9, and the 10th stock in my small company stock portfolio is Toll Brothers. Ticker symbol is TOL. And Toll Brothers is a company that makes all of these They design and they build and they market and they sell residential homes and also some commercial properties here in the United States. They are a luxury home builder. So what they'll do is they'll just go and buy up a huge tract of land, and then they will build homes all around it. So it's kind of like, I would say, similar looking in terms of all of the houses in these developments have a kind of the same size and the same look. But of course they vary them from house to house, so they don't all look the same. But these are houses that generally cost from $1 million on up. It's the high end of these kind of manufactured, created homes, residential communities that are constructed from the ground up. But Toll Brothers is one of the largest home builders in the United States. It's a profitable company, and the price to earnings ratio is like 5, which is very inexpensive. I think it reflects a lot of the fear and uncertainty in the economy right now, with people unsure whether others are going to be able to afford buying houses with interest rates at recent highs. So, it's one of those things where is buying a home builder a great idea right now? Well, maybe not, but by the time things turn around and people are buying houses a lot more quickly, then these stocks are going to be more expensive. So the way I look at it, this is an investment, maybe not for this year, but in 1, 2, 3 years, I think when the economy starts to rebound more and perhaps getting a mortgage becomes more affordable, I think companies like Toll are going to be in a really good position. So there you have it, the 10 stocks in my small company stock portfolio. Okay, so I'm going to run through the 10 stocks so that you have them all in one place. I'm just going to show the ticker symbols with you for the 10 stocks that are in my small company portfolio. Number 1 is Globant, and that there is the software company that harnesses the power of AI for all the products that they sell to their clients. How cool is that? GLOB for the ticker symbol. I love that. Number 2, rolling right along, is Saia, which is the trucking company that specializes in that LTR, less than truckload trucking. Number 3 is Rivian. Rivian is the EV company that makes commercial vans like the Amazon delivery vehicles, and they also make cars for people. These are like trucks, pickup trucks, and SUVs. The number 4 stock in the portfolio is Roller Bearing Company, RBC, and they make ball bearings, roller bearings, little round things that go in like airplane engines and cars and trucks and industrial machinery. Number 5 stock is Teledyne, and that is TDY. And that is a technology company that owns lots of other companies, and their specialties are technologies that sense and interpret and analyze data. And then number 6 is Roper, which is another technology company that owns a lot of other smaller companies. Their specialty right now, I would say, software that they sell to a lot of their customers on a recurring basis. And then the number 7 stock is Medpace, MEDP, the clinical research organization, the CRO. And then number 8, I'm running out of space. Number 8 is Icon, and that ticker symbol is ICLR. I'm going to put the others over here, okay? Because I've run out of space. There's Icon. Number 9 over here, we were coming to the building section, and that's Trex. Trex is the composite decking company. 95% recycled materials. They make these decks and railings that people can build, especially if they live in places with a lot of rain. These things don't rot. They stay nice and strong throughout the years, whereas wood tends to kind of get old and warps and rots and is damaged by rain. And numero 10, number 10, is TOL, which is Toll Brothers. Toll Brothers is the luxury housing manufacturer. They buy up a whole bunch of land and make a whole bunch of really expensive luxury houses. This is a great company, around for a long time. They're one of the biggest in the United States, top 10, and the stock is selling at a really low price for a very profitable business. So there you have it, my 10 stock portfolio. The plan is to hold these stocks for many years. I'm not trading in and out of stocks. That's not my game. What I plan to do is be more active with this portfolio than I have been, say, with my ETF portfolio. The ETFs, I've just been mechanically adding the same amount to every ETF on the first of every month. With this portfolio, I'm going to be watching these stocks. If any of them become really cheap, then I will add to them. That way I can buy more shares if the shares become inexpensive. I don't plan to sell out entire positions unless something really drastic happens in the company. I plan to manage them to the extent that I will add to the positions when I have the chance. Hope this is interesting stuff for you guys. I see this as a way that people who watch these videos can kind of live and experience what it's like to own 10 different stocks without having to actually buy them yourself. What I'm doing is I've added about $1,000 and invested it into each of these 10 companies. Do any of you guys invest in small companies? If you do, I hope you'll just note them down below and let me know what about small company stock investing interests you. And even if you don't have a small cap investment, please just write down below, I subscribe. Like if you're watching this channel, just hit the subscription button so you'll see more videos and you can monitor this portfolio. I'm going to show you real screenshots of my portfolio as we go through time. So you're going to see if this portfolio loses money over the next few weeks and months and years, or you'll see if this portfolio gains. But I'm just going to show you my actual Schwab account for these 10 stocks so you'll be able to follow along. So hit subscribe and just write down, if you will, in the comments, I subscribed. And if you haven't liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and then other people who are really into investing will have a heads up. So I'm really glad that you stuck around and watched this. I look forward to hearing from you guys in the comment section, and I will see you in the next video.